Greetings and salutation. This is a continuation of part 1, the new beginning, the rededication of the Mosque Miriam. I am your host for Underground News Network, Aital Aymanai. Note the theme of the debates, 2-1 brawl, and the name of the young black rape victim. Note, when the temple was being dedicated, etc., many black leaders stood around a device which was electrically connected to the star and crescent, which is atop the temple, and when the button was pressed, the light of the star and crescent would come on at the top of the building, which was outdoors, as the people stand around in ceremony inside. In the temple, men like Ben Amin, etc., all different type religious leaders from different organizations, just like it was October 19, 2008. Louis Farrakhan, in symbolic gesture, wore a black suit with British derby. Think about that. Nation of Islam leader wearing a black suit with a British derby. In 2008, we're talking about the new beginning. Could that be that he is a part of the Illuminati? You know, he's endorsing Barack Obama, and we know that Obama is of the bloodline of the reptilians. He's some kin to George Bush and quite a few other people. Okay, the great man Khalid Mohammed, in grand symbolic gesture, he wore not a British derby, not a black suit, but he wore a ring with a star and a crescent, just like it was on the top of the building, on his finger. His finger, Khalid Mohammed, not Louis Farrakhan, the leader of the Nation of Islam, he didn't press the button and turn the light on the top in the Christian ceremony. It was Khalid Mohammed. When he pressed the finger with that ring, he had his ring finger, and he pressed the button with his ring finger and it turned on the light at the top of Mosque Miriam. Now, think about that. Who was the man? Note, our brother Khalid Mohammed died at Wellstar. Note, Wellstar Kenny Stone Hospital in Marietta, Georgia. It was February 17, 2001. He died. Note, this is the same day they turned up the Harp Instrument. We've all read the book, Angels Don't Play This Harp, and we know about that. Okay, Brother Khalid Mohammed was 53 when he died, etc. Look at Surah 53, Holy Quran, the star. Again, here we see the star in verse 49 of Surah 53 states, and he is the Lord of Sirius, talking about Allah. You see, there's a Sirius connection to all this esoteric wisdom of the Nation of Islam. So here, the death of Brother Khalid Mohammed could well be of a divine nature, as he was a warrior leader of the new Black Panther Party, as the Harp Instrument states. And we talk about the Harp Instrument, there is a great possibility that the hidden powers are at war with our brothers in heaven. Notice that Nibiru is coming, and in the year 2012, will be the total climax of the polar ice shift. So we never know what's going on behind the curtains with the New World Order. So for those who have eyes to see, could have been a sign and a warning for us to prepare and get ready, or that the grand war was on. So in 1985, the Move bombing showed us some more Kabbalistic wisdom pertaining to Sirius. And note that Louis Farrakhan went in 1985, talked about his experience with Elijah Muhammad on the mothership when he was in Mexico. So he said that Elijah Muhammad told him that he had to do something. So what was that? In 1995, I believe, the first Million Man March. So the Wallace Muhammad wrote a book called As the Light Shines from the East, and it was the symbolic teachings of Farrakhan Muhammad, which explained that the Nation of Islam had 60 years to deliver their message. And that 60 years was symbolic of the 6,000 year of the devil rule. So that 60 years was up in the year 1990. Louis Farrakhan was given a 7-year grace period, which brings us to the year 1997, the Million Man March. Now, what did Elijah Muhammad tell him to do? So we see that there is something happening that hasn't happened. So if we understand the law of time as was delivered by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in the year 1997, Louis Farrakhan was 64 years of age. This resonated to the 64-unit genetic sounding board of ancient Maya, the galactic calendar, and the clock of time. Elijah Muhammad was 100 years old at that time. So we see in Farrakhan's age, 64, that equals 10, break it down to 1, the 100 years of Elijah Muhammad's birthday, and we see that his DNA was in total alignment with this wisdom. So what we're saying here is that something's supposed to happen, and it's not taking place. So what is this new beginning? It says that Farrakhan is inviting all races and all people. So is the black theology over? Is the teachings of the mothership over? So we're going to end this part. This is part 2, and we're going to move into part 3 on another video, and we're going to explain some more to you about this overwhelming event of the Nation of Islam. You are now in tune. On the one, the force itself at this time, we call it the Master Blaster jamming.